Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariah. This is going to be a general spirit guide reading. I was doing love readings and I'm going to continue doing them, but at least for Virgo, spirit guided me to do a different type of video for today, so that's what I'm going to do. So the song I got on shuffle for this reading is Everywhere But On by Matt Stell, S-T-E-L-L. If you listen to the song, it's, no matter where they move, no matter where they go, no matter worlds away, no matter, the time and distance between you and this person, somebody or both of you is not moving on. If you listen to the song also, it's like from Long Beach to, I don't remember the other one, and then like Colorado. So that could resonate, for some of you specifically. It doesn't have to be, one of those cities, but take it how it resonates with you guys. Also, when I was pre-shuffling for you guys, the song Superwoman came on. It was 111 when I said that, and the Nine of Pentacles flipped over, which is Virgo energy. So somebody could view you as Superwoman, or you could view them as, Superwoman, Superman, God or Goddess. Like, you view maybe each other as perfect, so to speak, but there's some heavy emotions and some lack of communication coming in. Yeah, 8, when I just cut the deck, 8 of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy. There's not a lot of communication going on. Let me hand shuffle these and cut them, and then I'll go over the oracle cards that I got for you guys. I didn't do any love or romance ones for this reading. Just didn't feel right, so I'm just gonna follow my intuition. So yeah, like I said, following my intuition. Cut the deck. High breezes. It was 2:05, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That could resonate for some of you. I'm a Virgo rising, and I know that's when I started my Wild Ones, business, starting to, open up about my story and my trauma and everything. Also with this song, I sent this to my mom around my son. He's a Virgo, so it was in September. Around his birthday, I sent my mom this song. Just, me and her had a big falling out, and she was actually at the same time that I sent her that song, she was writing my kids letters, just sobbing, and I was at my house sobbing listening to the song. So me and her have a very, not so much anymore right now, we're at a crossroads, but you guys could also be dealing with an Aquarius, or some of you could have had a falling out with your own mom or something along those lines. In the song it also says, I miss going to mom's house. I can't understand, why I can't move on. So, and then the other song that's coming to my mind right now is Every Time I Hear Your Name. It's a country song. So, they can do everything they can to try and hide their feelings or hide their emotions, you and them. But it seems like no matter where they go or what lifetime they're in, it's always been you. You'll always be it. It was 3:30 right there. That could be somebody's birthday. You could be a life path 3, they could be a life path 3. Somebody could be 30. The first card that I got was in the Hidden Realms deck that I have, and it's number 5, the Relics of Lumeria. 5 could be significant to some of you as well. 5 years apart, life path 5 siblings. Take it how it resonates. There is a lot of past life energy that's coming up into this reading. And it says fragments, memory, reclaiming. So you guys have lived a lot of lifetimes together, and this could have been where I feel like this is a divine, feminine and masculine energy, twin flames. Somebody or one of you, both of you, if you're twin flames, though, you guys could be marrying each other, but you guys could just have different qualities, similar, I don't know. You guys would know better than I would, but it says the mirror, other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. It's when you look at one another, you can I might sound like I'm crazy, but whatever. Take this as if it resonates. If it's your true soul, your true twin flame, because I've had other ones that I thought were my twin flame, because they had the same energy as this person. But as soon as I met my twin flame, I could look in his eyes, which is really hard to do sometimes, because it feels like it takes me to different lives. I can see past lives, and there's a very telepathic like relationship communication there. So sometimes it's like, I feel like maybe hard for both of us to face each other. Angel of communication is coming in. It says communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Yeah, somebody, one of you, both of you is very blunt, you know, has no issue saying it like it is. Then we have goddess of psychic protection. What you believe, you create. No one can harm you. Yeah, you guys are very, you know, connected through the third eye. You may not even, you know, communicate a lot on this. You know, I watched another tarot reader too. You know, she said like there's been a lot of like synchronistic things happening for her. You know, she can like feel somebody like almost like watching her, or, you know, going rollerblading with her, going hiking with her. You know, they send her. I just got an email. Send, you know, her helpful, you know, tips for her YouTube channel, because she also does readings, or, you know, they help manifest. They send some luck, like, you know, they're always there, you know. And it kind of feels like this person's been like maybe like spying on you, like, so to speak, but like it's because you guys are both living on a higher vibration that your energies are like coming into one another very strongly. It could feel very overwhelming, and somebody could like, you know, just pretty much just say whatever the hell's on their mind whenever, no matter what. They have a hard time holding back. We have goddess of the sacred path. Let go of logic and trust your intuition. Yeah, so somebody could be like, you know, very like lives in the clouds, very psychic, you know, they're very, you know, and they're very vulnerable. They'll speak their mind, they'll speak their truth. They have a hard time not telling it like it is, you know. And this other person could be mirroring them. They could be seeing and like feeling the exact same things, but, you know, they're just like, yeah, when you know something, you know, and, you know, you don't go make yourself like batshit crazy. But some of us, one of us, me, I'm a Virgo rising, and yeah, you guys could be going through something similar, like the very strong, you know. And I met him like a year ago through a friend, my cousin actually, and then I like the moment I saw him, like even like driving there, you know, when my cousin asked me, I'm not one to usually go out, you know, to bars, or especially with, you know, this cousin, you know, that was from my father who had passed away's family, side of the family, that kind of, you know, just pushed us out of, you know. So yeah, it was really out of my comfort zone, but I just like, something in me, you know, made me step out of my comfort zone. I wasn't wearing my wig. I'd shaved my hair last year. So, you know, some of you guys could just not feel like in your prime. Maybe, you know, you feel like you're overweight, or, you know, underweight, or take it how it resonates. You know, you just don't feel like you look your best, and like, oh, like the timing is now, like, really. But this person like thinks you're perfect from head to toe, both ways. I feel like, take it how it resonates. You guys mirror each other a lot, and that's funny I say that because we have mirror. It says who or what is triggering you. So yeah, everything that you're feeling is like a deep reflection of what they're feeling, and like the emotions are just as heavy for you as they are for them. I pulled one from the Talking to Heaven mediumship cards, and it says I had to leave that way. So there could have been like something about a past loved one's, you know, death, or if, you know, you guys are marrying each other from a past life, since you have, you know, the past life card, or you guys can just like see dimensional lives, or this could just be somebody's like career path, but somebody's like maybe feels like always one step ahead, like they always can, and it can be a blessing and a curse. And I feel like you guys have maybe been able to do this since you were little. Like, you're very much an empath, you're in tune, you listen to your emotions, you know, you're guided through music, through science, through synchronistic things. We have Hunter, track down your fears and desires. So yeah, whatever's causing, you know, you to feel this way inside, you know, track it down. It's not going to go away unless you acknowledge it and, you know, speak your truth about it and put it behind you. And then we're helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. Number 5 again. Yeah, you could feel their energy around you a lot, like very subtle energy, but feels like you always have like a guardian angel or a friend with you, so to speak, your special friend. And then it says, someone needs your help. Can you help them? We will guide you. Has white feathers. You guys could be seeing white feathers, be guided to white feathers, be guided to like weird locations through white feathers. So yeah, and I also want to mention we are in, it's October, and the veil is very, thin right now between, this world and the other dimensions, the other energies surrounding us. So it's very easy to tap into other energies and to communicate with past loved ones and ancestors. I had a friend who showed me this, I think it was on YouTube, about like a psychic, lady who a lot of times, like our past loved ones, we're attuned and we're, living in our highest vibration and we're accepting and open and, we'll believe in magical and we'll believe in like things that, you can't see with, your eyes all the time. You have to listen to your intuition. They'll use you like, to carry on their work, to carry on, helping to clear out their karma, so to speak. And not in a bad way. Like you have to obviously accept it, want to help. But like last year, when I had my big spiritual awakening, I had reached out to my dad's ex-wife, Alita, and, gave her flowers. I didn't know why at this point in time. And I still don't really to this day. It was just, I know that there was just some bad energy between them. And, it's just kind of offering that peace to them. I tracked down my deceased father's other daughter, who's deaf, who lived in California, and her mom's a raging bitch. And I'm one of those people that will just say it how it is. I'm not going to be mean to you just for no reason, but yeah, there's a lot of bad things that she's done to my sister and she's put her through, and I have no problem calling her out and, standing my ground and sticking for my family and for my father, who isn't here to do that himself. So sometimes those kind of things will come to you. If you're getting those intuitive hits, listen to them, listen to your intuition. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's see what happened in the past with you and this person. We have 2 of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. Somebody could have been juggling, going back and forth, maybe, being a player. What's coming into the current energy? We have the Emperor. Major Arcana for Aries, like a boss, very empowered, standing their ground, trying to stay calm, collected, and, cool, level-headed. Somebody could, have a little bit of control issues. Both of you could, one of you could. What's this person thinking? What's on their mind? We have 6 of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Victory, success. Somebody's getting success in something. How do they view you? What's their perception of you, Virgo? 2 of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. In a very, confused state of mind, have a blindfold on, maybe, being overwhelmed by some like darker, heavier emotions. What's in their emotions deep down? We have the Empress, the Queen Bee, the Mama Bear. Somebody could be pregnant or, had your child in a past life, or this is just nurturing, fertility, abundance, growing things, very just like fertile energy, and whatever, we reap what we sow. So, just that very caring and nurturing energy. How does this person see this moving forward? We have 10 of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Somebody could feel like this is just like too much of a burden, especially if somebody's not communicating, and they're like, I'm packing my shit and I'm out. Yeah, somebody could just feel very burdened. Somebody could like get teased like they're like the bull in the china cabinet, or they're like very, loud, kind of like when they move or walk or do anything, even like chew or anything, like they're just loud. Aries energy, like very flamboyant, or Leo energy as well is coming to my mind. What's going on behind the scenes that we don't see, the hidden factors? We have the World. Some big cycles are coming in and closing, it's success. Things are coming full circle. I feel like you guys will be getting the answers that you've been maybe seeking. What's the advice from Spirit? 5 of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. That's right under the Empress and the Emperor. Like a baby mama or a mom, or, somebody in this energy is feeling like, I'm going to clarify this, but somebody's feeling like very depressed, very sad, very in their head, very in their emotions. What's the final outcome for Virgo? We have 9 of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This is insomnia, up late at night, can't sleep. This could be one of you, both of you. And then the bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. Some communication needs to take place, you know, and somebody needs to take some action, you know, fast. We have Knight of Swords. That's the fastest night of the deck. And then we have the Strength card. Somebody's like been strong long enough. Somebody could have been like wearing a double mask or like trying to like fool somebody. I put on eyeshadow today. Eyeshadows, different ones. And it was like Fool's Gold, Hidden Gem, and then I don't even remember the other one. Yeah, but 2 of Cups. Oh, it was Chocolate Diamond. Somebody could be a different ethnicity, or somebody, you know, could be getting a diamond. I don't know. But yeah, somebody's been having a hard time moving on. The moon card. Like I said, you could be married. You could have been married to this person in the past life. But some like things are, you know, not being hidden, not being revealed. Somebody's going to come in with some communication, especially with this, you know, somebody needs your support. Can you support them? White feathers, that might be synchronistic to some of you. And then we have 5 of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. You know, somebody feels ghosted. Somebody feels, you know, very shut out, like they were left out cold. Maybe they were left out in the cold, but, you know, the High Priestess is coming in, Pisces energy. Somebody's, you know, wanting them to use their intuition, but sometimes it's hard to use, you know, your very clear intuition when you're too close to the situation. We have Ace of Wands, you know, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy. Somebody wants a new beginning. Somebody wants like a new fiery, passionate beginning, you know. Leave the past behind. We have 4 of Swords, yeah. Put something to bed to rest. Somebody's going to be communicating that with you. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy. Or or somebody did communicate that to you. I feel like you guys are just kind of in hermit mode. I needed to go into my roommate's room to get something, and on his computer, he was watching my videos. I guess from last night, he fell asleep. He's supportive, trying to help me make some money, but it was Virgo, and it was Virgo's reading that was on from a little while ago. Had a blonde wig on. Haven't worn a blonde wig in a while on my YouTube channel, so I was like, it's a sign. And then it said go into hermit mode until things are clear, certain. So somebody's just not speaking up. Somebody needs to speak up, because I feel like somebody's like feeling really, really very emotional, very confused as well. But like not at the same time. Like they're trusting their intuition, but like when, you know, something's got to give. We have the Empress coming out again. This definitely could be like a baby mama, you know, but something's growing, blossoming, you know, coming into fruition. We have 7 of Pentacles. You know, somebody sees this as long-term potential. They see this as growing something, you know, long-term and stable. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is destiny. This is your destined plan. I was gonna read this out of this one book. That's the one I was talking to Heaven about, the past loved one. That just reminded me really quick. If I can find it. Okay, it's on page 49. Actually, we're gonna go to 50. This is the part I want to read. It says, my life plan was designed with divine wisdom, and that included the timing and the way in which I exited. It is the same with your life and everyone else's. It's exciting to finally know these truths and to share them with you. Please know that I'm truly sorry that the mode of my passing brought pain to you. And yeah, everything happened exactly as it was supposed to happen. You couldn't have stopped it or changed anything. There was no other way. So yeah, this person wants you to know that they're on the same page as you as far as a lot of things. You know, somebody could be communicating also like about a child. You know, a deep soulmate connection, even somebody from your like childhood. Yeah, somebody could have like even had a child like a while ago, you know, like an affair, and somebody's just now finding out about it. It was 1949 when I said that, you know, King of Wands. you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but Justice, you know, this is balancing out scales, this is karma, this is Libra energy, you know, Eight of Pentacles, you know, somebody's wanting to put the work into this situation, but somebody at this point doesn't know that. They're honest to God, like at a loss. Like they feel like they're getting signs and synchronistic things from, you know, this person, but then, you know, they're not sure because there's no communication coming in. So somebody's just, you know, moving to calmer waters in their own headspace, you know, and, you know, they've just chalked it up basically to this person struggling me, and, you know, some things never change, vice versa. If this happened in the past, Ace of Swords, you know, some clarity and truth needs to be revealed. This is, you know, an epiphany, a breakthrough. This is, you know, somebody needs to speak their mind and their truth. And then we have the World card again. The World card's all about, you know, cycles ending, big happy changes, things being completed. 10 of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This is the happy family, you know, the rainbow at the end of the road, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. Somebody could have been seeing rainbows into, you know, in the last few months, even with like their children on like car rides for some of you. And then we have the Tower. The Tower comes in Scorpio energy or Aries placement in Mars, but it comes in, you know, when things aren't built on a solid foundation, and, you know, things will take time. Knight of Pentacles to come into fruition, but, you know, death, end of a cycle, rebirth, transformation. You know, somebody, you know, is wanting to put the past behind them. You know, somebody's holding back something. Could it have to do with, you know, a fire sign, Ace of Wands, or just like a fiery, passionate thing. And then we have Three of Pentacles and Three of Cups. You know, three's a crowd. There could be like a situation that somebody's still like not sure if you were like hooking up with somebody else or something. 33, 33 could be synchronistic to some of you, but yeah, somebody's feeling like very depressed, very, you know, sad. We have Nine of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This card always reminds me of my dad. I'm like, there's Daddy. But, you know, somebody's just wanting somebody to have patience, trying to balance out the scales, strength. You know, somebody views somebody as very strong and courageous and, you know, very brave, and, you know, they want to, you know, take some burdens off of their shoulders, it feels like. So we have strength. It says, you are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. And then signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. And then intuition. Trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers that you seek. So yeah, that's what I have for you, babes. Always, you know, follow your intuition. Trust your gut. Trust your guidance, you know. But also, you know, somebody else needs to, you know, put their money where their mouth is, you know, and communicate something with you, you know. Yeah, because somebody feels like extremely, like, we have 10 of Swords, 9 of Wands. Somebody's like putting up their walls really quick and like cutting somebody out fast, like, you know, they're not seeing things clearly. Even if you've sent them all of the signs in the world, this person's kind of like, hey, hello, kind of ditzy maybe, so to speak. Or they, you know, they have a hard time trusting things when it comes to their own self. So give this person a little bit of, you know, slack and communicate with them, Virgo. They love you a lot, okay? So that's what I have for you guys. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care of yourselves. Stay wild, stay beautiful. And I will speak to you soon. Thanks, bye.